Hi, I'm James Appici, and this is Coffee and a Case Note. Today, 115 Cap A of the Copyright Act. Guys, we're talking about site blocking orders. Okay, this is a dispute between a party with a name like Television Broadcasting Limited. I'll put the link to the case below, and Telstra in the federal court recently. Now, what's going on? Section 115A of the Copyright Act allows a copyright owner or a copyright licensee to apply to the federal court to seek orders blocking an online location whose primary purpose is to infringe copyright or facilitate the infringement of copyright. And the orders are called site blocking orders because what they do is they attach to an internet service provider like Telstra and TPG and a few others in this case, and they prevent those internet service providers from allowing access. So the copyright infringement that was happening before the orders were made stopped because the internet service providers don't allow access to those copyright infringing sites, right? In this case, you and I are lucky enough to be the copyright owners of Hong Kong TV made for the Hong Kong audience. And normally, if we wanted to get access to that in Australia, it'd be a pay-per-view service. So we'd be paying our money to access our favourite Hong Kong TV shows. Now, what happens is there's a market that develops for little set-top box devices that allow us, if we're very cheeky, to access that same material for free using these online locations that the court found in this case infringe copyright. So, as you can imagine, the copyright owners, those entitled to the license in Australia, approach the federal court to say, look, there's this problem with these set-top boxes. They are accessing these online locations, and by accessing them, they're infringing copyright. So proceedings like this are ex parte, which means you only need to have the applicant, the person seeking the order, and in any case, Telstra, TPG, and all the others submitted. So they said, look, we'll do whatever the court says. So the court had to consider the application. Right. The court found that the online locations that the set-top box connects to, is what we're talking about. The online locations were for the primary purpose of infringing copyright or for facilitating the infringement of copyright. So the way 115A works is once the court finds that, there's a discretion to make the orders. So the court can say, great, we've figured out the primary purpose. What do we want to do about it? In this case, the court found, among other things, that the copyright infringement was flagrant. The purpose of the sites was to work around this pay TV issue. And the second, another of the reasons for exercising their discretion in this case was the consideration of the disappointment of people who in Hong Kong might have enjoyed seeing the material for free, might be a bit disappointed having to pay for the material for free in Australia. And the court said, well, sadly, people who suffer that disappointment are just going to have to wear it in these proceedings. So there was a tick for the site blocking orders in this case. We had our copyright owners come through, prove that the primary purpose, tick, the primary purpose of these online locations was infringement or facilitating infringement. That activates the court's discretion. The court said, yep, the infringement is flagrant, and our poor disappointed former Hong Kong residents here in Australia who would have liked to keep watching it free aren't that relevant. And so these site blocking orders were made. So I hope that little mechanical trip through Section 115A and our adventure to the federal court assists you in understanding the relevant area, the site blocking orders, that sort of thing. I look forward to catching up for another coffee and another case note soon. Cheers.